It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Welcome to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. It's Monday. It's Monday and worldwide government, well, then you get worldwide levolution. I mean, that's just, what they think was going to happen. So we'll talk about that for a little bit today, but mostly today we're going to be in studio with Nick Barnett and Drew Phillips. When he gets out of bed, he might show up. Now, the thing is this weekend was a busy weekend. Friday afternoon, we had the directors, founders, coordinators of the 10th Amendment Center's Nullify Now event. That was Saturday afternoon and evening. We got a table. We set up Freedom's Phoenix gypsy booth there. We had wallet voting, explaining that to people. Got it all set up and everything, and then Barry Hess and I left because it was his birthday, and we just, we've heard it before. Now, this is what we did. Friday, we had the directors. We had Michael Bolden and Bryce, and I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, and they were in on Thursday. Bryce was on, and then Friday, Michael came on the show in the last half hour along with Stuart Rhodes from Oath Keepers. Now, the first hour, we had Brad Friedman. Now, he's a progressive, bradblog.com, and he's big Obama, and he and I went at it, and he was mad that I didn't watch the State of the Union address, and I went, because I didn't have to. But he goes, why? I go, did he say things are okay and going to get better? Well, he was lying. I mean, why? I don't got to subject myself to that. So Friday night, we had a party. The guys came over and we just had, whoever wanted to hang, and we enjoyed each other's company and so on. And my wife, always sets up a nice spread for us, and we barbecued and such and had a good time. The next day, we went to the Arizona State Libertarian Party convention. Now, Lee Wrights is a good friend of mine, and he was a campaign manager for Mary Ruwart, which was opposition to Bob Barr in the 2008 presidential cycle. Now, Lee Wrights, with the support of Mary Ruwart, he's running for the presidential nomination for the Libertarian Party. Now, his whole thing is peace, no war. Can we just do that? Where the anti-war movement, why is it that the Libertarian Party and movement has not embraced not being at war? For how many reasons do you need? So that was his message, and it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. He's a good friend. He came over and said, yo, what's up? Saturday, he just come over and spent some time, and we hung out and such. And then we had left the state convention that was midday on Saturday, and Barry and I went down to downtown Sheridan Resort Hotel, whatever down there, that's subsidized by the city of Phoenix. I can't not say that. That is so stupid. That's a whole nother thing. So they're down there having their 10th Amendment Center Nullify Now thing. So we got there and we set up and, paid our extra and put up our big banner for Freedom's Phoenix and a wallet voting and got all our goodies out there and, say, hey, yo, what's up to all the people that we knew. Now, there are hundreds of people there. I mean, not a whole lot. I would say, 300 or something like that, maybe. You think about that many?
Well, the whole thing was filled up. All the seats were pretty much taken up. I'd say it was 95% capacity.
Well, they had it set up for how many? I mean, like a couple hundred,
yeah, 300? Probably 300.
Yeah, 300 about. So what they did is I recognized these people, from before. So I'm going, okay, who are these people? they're the Republican blue hair John Birch once more into the breach precinct committee chair, used to be legislator, Tea Party, right wing, kind of, we know Ron Paul's name people. Not really Ron Paul people. They just kind of, yeah, Ron Paul, yeah, we're kind of sort of, it's okay. He's all right as long as I don't have to vote for him and, because I need the party. He's not for the party.
As long as we're not going to talk about foreign policy, they're down with him.
Right. So the thing is that they are not about just shutting down the war and coming. Federal Reserve, they are about real money. And there was a John Birch guy from Utah that was all happy. They wanted me to meet him. Former Senator Karen Johnson was there, along with her former aide that's now aide to Sylvia Allen, which is kind of the state person for this 10th Amendment thing. And, Shelton, I was just talking to Charles Goyette. He'll be on tomorrow. And he said, 4409, Shelton goes up to him and he says, they should tell everybody that Sylvia Allen voted for photo radar. It's just, there's no common principle with these people. So what I could recognize all the people, not bad people, a lot of them go to the Breakfast Club, a lot of them, different activists for different things. Campaign for Liberty was there, the Goldwater Institute and all these guys. Libertarian Party had a table and so on. But it's the same thing. And it's all about, we need to tell the rulers in Washington that they're not our rulers anymore because we got state rulers that rule us. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I get it. They wanted me, the John Birch guys out of Utah wanted to meet with me because we had got that medallion, our centennial medallion, minted in gold. They want to change to silver, and Karen Johnson wants to talk to me about that. So I had a conversation. We talked to him about what we had done, and I go, we're not waiting on you guys. We're not waiting. We're not waiting. This is coming down faster than you can get some legislation passed. I guarantee it. So I take them over to wallet voting table. And there's Nick and Drew showing their wares, and I'm going, hey, man, you want to see, we're already doing it. We're not waiting on you now. They're going, well, we're going, waiting on you now. We're not waiting. We're just so freaking not waiting. It's coming down faster than you guys are going to be able to even get the legislation introduced, much less passed or enacted. They want the states to be able to, coin their own money and all this. And I'm like, you've already given it up. You've already said that. Oh, yeah, we recognize this federal government and we're going to use the U.S. Constitution to be able to, you're already given up. So instead of arguing with them, Barry and I just, gave our niceties to everybody and say, yo, what's up, and hug on the people we love. And, it's been real and it's Barry's birthday and we got someplace better to be, which is home and, drinking beer. So that's what we did. So we left the Campaign for Liberty guys there and the Libertarian Party and Goldwater Institute and the wallet voting guys, Nick Barnett there to plow their wares and let everybody know what's up. Now, Nick's here. When we come back in the next segment, we're going to have him tell us all about what happened and what the plan is and how well this thing is working. Because it's important for people to understand the educational part behind this. There is an enormous amount of information just from this effort, and it's already starting to get out. Now, I also, before the end of the show, I want to bring up what's going on in Egypt. They're trying to put it in, it's like Clinton says. Hillary goes, hey, we can't have a void in leadership. We don't care who's in there. We just need somebody in this position so we can tell them what to do. The videos that you're starting to see, that's just exactly what I knew. The same thing that happened with the Gifford shooting and so on. Don't get all worked up about it in the first few days, the first week, the first 2 weeks. Because whatever you're going to get the spin on Fox and CNN and MSNBC and ABC and NBC and CBS and PBS and HBO, whatever, it's a lie. It's always a lie. I'll tell you what's coming out. The people on the ground said this is not an Islamic thing, a Christian thing, an atheist thing. They even say this. Atheist, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's an us thing against the United States government controlling everything. Had more to do with the WikiLeaks leaks about what the State Department's really doing and the links into these regimes than anything else. We'll talk about it later, and economics has a lot to do with it. We'll be right back. You stay there.